Fireball,
Yes, man. Good night.
welcome back to Punching TV. I have to say welcome back, you know.
The pleasure is mine, man.
A year ago we had one,
That was awesome flick.
and you know, you promised you will come back again.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
yeah,
here.
yeah.
How you been?
Up and down, the challenges of the COVID. I do my food business, my soup and all of that, so everything get impacted by it. So just had some adjustments to make and thing, but I here and full strength, so thankful for that.
Yeah, well, I sure the whole country know about your soup because I could vouch for it. But before we go to that,
Yeah.
you know, it have a lot of people, they just know who Fireball is. Soca Star winner on the Billboards, you know. But they don't know where you really come from.
Yeah.
They know you by a government name.
Yeah.
And that is
A lot of people feel her name is Damien because I'm a Facebook name. But what they don't know is that I had another account named Rohan Fireball Richards. And I deleted that account because I find the traction on that was too slow. You know, so I deleted that and keep Damien. So my real name is Rohan. Damien is my middle name. Richards is my title.
alright. So we're gonna let people know about Rohan Richard. You're born and grew up in
I born and grew up in Lavantil, Picton to be precise. I had some time in Sealats as well as a baby.
so you live on the two sides?
Yeah. I live on the two sides.
Yeah, but,
And our family on the beat up.
so you're on three sides. So you never had no little rift with you. You have a piece every week.
Yeah.
So you're good with everybody.
Yeah, I good with everybody.
So how growing up in those areas was for you?
Um,
Now I say in those areas not to stigmatize it.
yeah, but it is what it is.
Let me be real.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Those were the best days of my life. You know, what I learned, you know, most of my life I spent in Picton. And what I learned there is the power of respect. I learned the power of respect. I learned the power of having manners. You know? Because those are the things that saved my life when the place started to really get bad. You see, people talk a lot of negative things about Lavantil, but Lavantil was the nicest place on earth at a time, not so far ago. And then it started, the way people stigmatize it, it started really happening that way.
Right.
Because even when it was a nice place, you couldn't really, from where I was here as a child, you couldn't get certain jobs, you couldn't really do certain things. You had to fight harder for it because away from. So, Lavantil helped me to gain strength, it helped me to, I hope I answered any question properly.
Yeah. It really wasn't really a question. It just,
Yeah.
You know?
It helped me to understand the power of respect, and it helped me to understand the power of love because we didn't really have nothing. So who loved we? Loved we for we.
Right.
And who we love them for them. You know, and it is recognized that love still. Yeah, you know, so that those are some of the things that Lavantil doing for me.
So you had good school days?
Yeah.
You went to school in Port
I went to school in Lavantil to first year and second year. I spent it in Piccadilly Government School. I was on Piccadilly Street. Before that, preschool was in Preschool, Upper Preschool, actually by my brother's godmother. And that is where I began singing in preschool.
So in preschool you discovered you could sing?
Well, I didn't discover it. The preschool teacher discovered it.
Right.
Because she used to ask, we had to sing the ABC. And I used to sing the ABC different than how she taught it. So she was like, how does the little boy sing in ABC? And
you can remember how it?
I can't remember. I wish she could remember and sing it for me.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can work on that.
Yeah.
I can't remember how I used to sing it. I feel A, B, C, D, or something, I know.
Yeah.
But she used to take me to other preschools when I was 4 or 5 years. I wasn't 5 years yet. And I was 4 years and sing for other preschools, sing the ABC for them. Yeah, so she told me I was amazing.
So you touring since you're in preschool?
Since I'm preschool at yeah, since I'm preschool at touring.
So you obviously that time you wasn't sure what you had.
Yeah.
But as you went on to primary school, you were still singing for other schools and things.
I was
or teachers was like, wow, who is that?
When I went on to primary school, I remember, I can't remember exactly what I used to be doing in standard 1 and 2. How the singing used to be going. As a matter of fact, Alain, I was in City Hall choir. City Hall in Port of Spain had a choir, and I was in that choir, the junior choir. So, what I used to do is, like those days, Shabba and them fellas was the big dancehall artists. And when them sing any song, I used to sing it over, but in my own lyrics.
Right.
You know, like ping-a-ling-a-ling, school bell ring, knife and fork, a fight for dumpling. Even Sparrow, I never eat a white meat. I used to put my own lyrics in that song.
Right.
And then when the chorus reached now, then I would sing the chorus like them. So, yeah, I really singing my whole life. Yeah, really singing my whole life. I remember being in standard 4, and I was sitting next to a girl going Our Lady of Lavantil RC school. She was actually a blonde hair white girl. Wow, a blonde hair white girl in Lavantil. That was unusual. And I used to be singing the last part of Unchained Melody. I need your love. I didn't know the song, but I loved that part, so I learned that part. And she heard me humming it at a time, and she was like, let me hear you sing it. And after that, every day, she used to sit down next to me and ask me to sing that for she.
Just that piece.
Just that piece. And I was happy to do it. Yeah. You know, so I did the teacher catch me, doing it, and the teacher let me do it in front of the whole class. And yeah, so I always, singing was always my life. Yeah.
What did the teacher do when you sing it though?
When I sing it, yeah. I think the teacher let me sing it in other classes as well. Yeah,
so that's our next door.
And up on our next door. Yeah. Them was the days, boy.
After primary school?
Yeah. Well, I got the name Fireball while I in primary school.
So long you get that name?
I got that name when I was 9 years going on 10.
How?
Well, the coup had just finished, Abu Bakr. Yeah, that coup now wrap up to 1990. And I was going to be 10 years in September of 1990. I was born 1980. But it wasn't September yet, it was August holidays. And they decided to keep a chant out. They had a party up in Picton there, and they decided to keep a chant out in the party. So it had some guys around, junior blacks. I'm trying to remember the other names. I can't remember the other names. It had one named Pupa Andy with a big reputation, but Pupa Andy wasn't in that particular competition. But Pupa Andy.
No, we're talking about here. You in primary school?
I'm primary school.
And these guys is like?
These guys is big men.
And
these guys is men in the 20s.
And you mingling with these guys?
Yeah, what happened? Well, I used to be going to the shop plenty. And these guys would be on the block. And on my way to the shop, I would be singing ping-a-ling-a-ling and all them things. And them kind of thing. As a little boy, and they find I was singing it good. So when the chant out take place, junior blacks and a guy named Beef, who was a pie man, called me and say, yo, youth, what do you think about entering a competition? Now I was accustomed performing on stage with City Hall Choir. So I tell myself I could handle the stage alone. So it was like, hey, enter the competition. I think it was $3 to enter. Them days $3 was plenty. So they said they would pay the $3 for me.
Now $3 for a chocolate digestive. So you know it's not.
Yeah, it's different,
Yeah.
And then men, you know, they say, well, what is your name? I say Rohan. Say you can't enter with Rohan. Rohan did and Dada or something. Nah. You had to change that name. Something else you had to, you're real hot too. You're good for youth, but you're bad. Fire circle, fireball, yeah, man. That sounding good. And I will get the name Fireball. And you know, amazingly, you know, I was freestyling at that age. When you think about it, because...
You in born Jamaica?
Like I born Jamaica for real?
Yeah, because I just watched some videos on Facebook, right, where they're showing artists, you know, when there was young boys mingling with the big ones in the game, and they will be around, and the big men and the big artists and them who way older than them, giving them the mic. I was watching one the other night with the Yami Bolo.
Yeah.
And Yami Bolo's a little boy, and
Yami Bolo voice sweet, the voice was sweet.
Yeah, and he getting his time to, he getting a whole set to sing. It's not like just a little two thing. And and that's what I like about Jamaica. So again, a vision when
that's how it used to be with me.
Yeah, your story we're telling right now.
Yeah.
Actually envisioning it just like that in my
that's how it used to be for me. Plenty of the big guys, and it get worse after that competition because, and I'll explain why. I went in the competition and I could never forget what I sing. It was a freestyle. Part of it at least was a freestyle. Because remember I get the name that same day.
Yeah.
So when I reach up, I fireball, come to Ram dance all fireball. Them can't stop me at all, fireball. Now remember I was only 9 years, going on 10. Come to Ram dance hall. Me went up in school one early morning and me get in a serious fighting. I hit him a kick. I hit him a cuff. When I finished with him, he said, that's enough, fireball. Come to Ram dance hall. And people start to laugh. Now, they probably wasn't laughing at me in a bad way. But I felt bad.
Yeah.
Right? I felt bad. And I remember when I give up the mic, I run home. I didn't even wait to hear who win the competition. I just run home and cry. I stay inside for days crying. I find everybody laughing at me. And the name stick. Everybody started, they stopped calling me Rohan after that day. It's fireball, fireball. And my father get fed up. He and all stopped calling me Rohan. Fireball. All the girls in the area, fire.
Fire, for short.
Good morning, fire. Everybody call me fire. And my grandmother and all started calling me fire. So, yeah, that was it there. And you know, after that, I started mingling with all the big fellas and them, the Rasta man and them, who like the conscious thing, the junior blacks and Pupandi and them fellas and them who like the dancehall vibe. Pupandi was very, very, very good. Pupandi was actually bad like General Grant. Yeah, Pupandi was bad like General Grant. Pupandi sing a song forward and then sing it backward. Yeah, Pupandi that wasn't easy. So that's some real talent. And anyway, I chant out. I used to go and challenge them fellas. And I come in to win, I'm coming to come second. I get plenty licks, but by the time I started share licks, I was still young. So, sorry for the guys who was around my age who tried to interfere with me them days. They interfere with a young XP, a young veteran, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
A fireball.
A fireball.
Must get burned. So, you went through all of that. You discovered your voice in preschool, you see?
Yeah, preschool.
Into primary school, into secondary school. You did anything other than singing in school?
Not besides schoolwork. And I tried to play sports in primary school, but I wasn't good. Secondary school, I started to get better in the later forms in football. Started to get a little alright, but I still wasn't all that, but I make sure I learned the one touch pass. So when I get a good pass, I could play it back for a man one time. And you could do that in a game. Immediately people would think you could play. You know, so I had my ways of cheating. I learned to control and I learned to make that 1-2 pass. So I always learned how to keep out of trouble and look
that I not really
solid.
cheating in it, I just the basic.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, you're right. So basketball as well. I started playing basketball as well. And I ended up a late bloomer with them thing. While I was doing well in the soca industry, I was doing well in sports too. I improved a lot in football. I could go anywhere and play football once I fit. Basketball, they can't leave me free. I might miss 2-3 when I not reach, but when I get average myself, I score in whole night. Yeah, when I get warmer, it's a fat dark version of career, you know. So yeah, yeah. So Yeah, I used to play sports in the late half, but in the earlys, music was it. They started calling me the cordless radio.
The cordless radio.
The cordless radio, yeah. And what happened is, I loved singing slows. So most of the times I hear you hear me singing love will lead you back. Someday I just know that. Love. Them is the kind of songs I tried to go falsetto just now and I hear a crook.
Yeah.
Because last night I was in an event and I probably drank a little too much punching. So well, I hit it now, but yeah, my falsetto kind of messed up right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to sing them kind of songs from a distance. I used to sing that plenty too. After the chant out, I started to chant more. But my mother don't want to hear no. My mother don't want to hear that in she house.
Yeah.
So when mommy home, I had to sing something slow.
What they just used to say is it's something like it's quarreling. Yeah, like it's quarreling.
Yeah, like the quarreling. When she leave now, when she left to go to work, then I would go out on the block and take a line with them fellas and sing little thing and make up. You know, and I remember one of the first songs that I changed up and start to sing as my song was Ninja Man, Old Picture Frame. I remember saying, when Tina chant out with 1990, and when I sing, everybody laugh at me. You know me, I had to run home immediately, because the feeling was not so greatly, but me no want no talk again. In 1990 was just sorrow and pain. Me friends laugh and them laugh and them laugh again. When me run inside, me had to cry, me feel shame. Now me in Farm 1, them can make fun of me, cause they are missing a song, people paying me money. And I start to flow, I used to get really emotional when I singing that. And then I'll come back, I was the old picture frame. Everybody start to laugh and make me shame, you know. And eventually I started to understand, hey, you have to use them fellas' melody, you know. And I started to try to come up with my own melody. And then that was it there, you know. My lyrics was a little babyish still in Form 1 and Form 2, but I meet a guy by the name of Professor Banton. And Professor Banton say, yo, you know how to sing about the sky alone. You know how to sing about the ground. Because I used to have songs like, if you test me and get no blind, I hit you a shot, your head going to the sky. And them jokey thing. Yeah. You say that you could sing about everything.
They call it copybook lyrics.
Yeah, copybook lyrics. That is itself. You say you could sing about everything. Everything make compare anything to anything you want. That is your right as a writer. And Professor Banton real school me. And my level starter is, plus I was already around other fellas. Yeah. So everybody school me in their own little way and fireball.
It just come out.
It just come, you know? Yeah. So that's I part of it happen.
So after school,
yeah.
What take place?
Okay.
When you're done, you're now fresh out of school.
Alright, I'll leave secondary school, I mean. Yeah. Now before we reach there, I want to give you a story. When I was in Form 5, I used to venture all over the place. And I met some guys named Brothers with Voices. Right? And the lead singer for this group was a guy by the name of Michael Williams. Now I have family that is Williams too. So I never find out if we is family. But the guy named Michael Williams is also known as Jam Melody. Right? And at that time, my mother had just left, migrated to America. She left for a couple of years now. She left when I was in Form 2. So at that time, I was doing more chanting. Because my mother is who used to push me to sing.
Right.
So I stopped singing. And I started to chant. I started to learn how to chant speed. Because I used to watch plenty Papa San and Lieutenant Stitchy. Yeah. So I was like, one of the things I used to be saying plenty is, well. I want me pose up and make it and you make it and make it up and become the band and make it to the bad will get you one on the boy and I'm also said this up there, you're giving the cause of each other fire for me. You know, I used to, and I had one faster than that. I used to really flow quick. So you find a meet a clash, a man who clashing and he sung like he had more lyrics than me. I would jump in that zone and start hitting him some quick tongue, and yeah, they will all get frightened. They don't know, nah, this man on the next level. Yeah, so that's the next way I used to cheat. I call it cheating. You know, so I met Jamelody. I met a guy named Teddy and another guy named Griffith. Griffith ended up being my family. Who I forgot was my family. I used to play with as a little child. And forget it here. So that next story by itself. Yeah. And a couple others. And when I met Jamelody, I got intimidated. The man's voice was so sweet. Griffith bad too, Griffith could have sing too. But when I hear Jamelody, I say, God, to me this man singing like how I used to sing when I used to sing before my mother leave. So I stopped chanting for about a year and started back singing alone. But Jamelody heard me chanting, and Jamelody was like, hey, I want to be like you.
So all they want, basically switch styles.
You wanted to switch styles. Jamelody said, hey, I want to be like you, boy. I said, brother, I said with me, he said, nah, you chanting and singing. I said, yeah, but my singing not as good as it was. Yeah, no, but you go get her back, you just have to practice. But you're chanting real good, boy. When you chanting, you ain't song like you're a singer. When singers chanting, they song like they could sing. When I used to chant, I didn't chant like I could sing.
Chant like you could chant.
I could chant like I could chant. You know, and when Jamelody say, boy, I want to do that, boy, I want to be like you with that, boy, I want to have both of them. I say, boy, with your voice, you're going to be more dangerous than me. That's what I believe. He said, nah, fire, you know how dangerous he is, boy. You don't know. With that day, I start back to sing. So eventually my voice come back, and I figured out how to mix the two and keep both of them. And then when I start a song like Yami Bolo and these other yeah, you know, when I started mix the two, yeah, Junior Reed and them kind of fellas, yeah. I started do all them kind of thing now. So, yeah.
So you and Jamelody go way back?
Way back. Way back. Me and Multi go way back too.
Multi symptom.
Yeah, but me and Multi wasn't as close as me and Jamelody. We was closer in a different way. Me and Multi used to go white tap together. And they used to be like, hey, that a fella could well sing in that class. That a fella in that class could well sing too, boy. I wonder who bother between two of them, boy. But me and Multi, I first remembered Multi from my party time. Multi was probably the youngest party time artist. I thought I was the youngest. Me and Blazer as well. I thought me and Blazer was the youngest, but now I know Multi is a year younger than me. I realized he was younger than me. And all of we make it to the semi-finals. Multi get out to the semi-finals. I made it to the final. I think Blazer make it to the final as well. Yeah. And Multi was singing slows them time. Me and Blazer was singing reggae. So we was already singing our own compositions.
Right.
But if I had went with the slows that year, would there be problems? I was ahead of my time as a child. Men catch up to me when we get old and everybody is big men. Men catch up to me. But as a child, I was ahead of my time with writing and so forth now. Yeah.
So
after school. After school, yeah.
So
after school I started enter competitions and things around the country.
But what gave you that drive to follow this music train?
Good question.
After school, because you know, after school, is that you go and work, you go back to school, you play a sport. You know,
during school, music got me very popular. And during school, I made the finals a party time.
Oh.
Right, as a party time finalist, as I now mentioned. And after party time was during the August holidays.
Yeah.
So the first day of school, everybody in school would already know, hey, that fella going success. So that is it there. My level of respect in school quadruple. So the first day of school, I come in through the gate. And I hear people start to clap, and when I look, it's the whole block. A whole block there full with all the children who came to school that day. All got up and clapped.
Like they planned that for you?
They planned that for me. Yeah, they got up and clapping for me. And I was like, wow. You know, and with that kind of treatment I started getting in school, you know, the nicest girls gave me attention now. I was shy, so I didn't capitalize on it. But nicest girls gave me attention. You know, teachers giving me more respect. People realizing, hey, this man really have a talent. Success Lavantel even held their own party time after that. And you know, I came 5th in Success party time. Them hold the competition because of me. And I get my skin washed. But I get an original prize. I get the best original artist.
Well, that goes to show the type of talent it had.
You understand?
In schools.
Yeah. A lot of talent. And I remember I had a big up Shalana. You know, a young lady who was singing in school there. She was a dangerous boy. It had a group. I can't remember the name of the group. But they know themselves. It had some girls in that group as well. Ted Lee. And the guy who won that competition, he died recently. His name is Simpson. Yeah, so that and all, you know. But, so in other words, I want to continue singing after school. Music changed my life and I never had to prove myself. From the time I show I could sing, I always get the respect. Whether who want to play bad boy, who is Christian, who feel the better than everybody, everybody used to give me respect. Because they know, hey, see that man there? That boy, they can really sing. Yeah, so music always take me through life now. So I make up my mind since in school days. I remember it had a subject I didn't like. And while the teacher teaching, I writing. And everything them write on the board, I watching it and I writing. But me writing on the board.
You're writing a song.
I writing a song. Because I was sure my music going and get you. It didn't have no plan B for me.
Right.
Plan A had to work.
Had to work.
Yeah, because if the Lord bless you with a hammer, since you're a little child, and you reach a big man and you don't know how to capitalize on using that hammer, something had to be wrong with you. So that's how I used to look at it. Yeah.
If they will know now.
Yeah, they will know.
Yeah. So after party time, you went on to Soca Star. One Soca Star. And I mean, everybody don't know that already.
Yeah, well, Soca Star was long after though, but yeah, I
but
went on and win Soca Star. You skip out that little part, yeah.
I'm sure you must be winning a lot of competitions.
You know, I didn't really win much, you know.
You didn't win much?
Nah, but I was always a favorite.
So it was different.
Yeah.
So the difference in following the criteria of the competition, but it's still, like, that happened to me already.
Yeah.
That happened to me in a calypso competition down in Moruga.
Right.
My soca was different.
Different, yeah.
And I was singing about, the name of the song is Obiastic.
Obiastic.
You could get the drift. So I come different.
Yeah.
The whole crowd like me.
Yeah, but the judges.
And I carry the final.
You carry the final.
Yeah. And one of the judge come and tell me, hey, you're good enough.
Yeah.
You're good, but it's just because now.
Yeah.
And I was okay with
and
that.
That was good enough. That was good enough for me.
So I can understand why you didn't win a lot.
Thank you.
Up to today, everybody know you different.
Yeah.
And nobody ain't follow your style as yet.
Yeah.
So it had to be something
unique about it.
Nobody know about our blueprint.
When I hear songs like when I hear them kind of thing, everything I do in years now.
Yeah.
Melodies. You know them kind of vibes. Even the song la 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 la. Melody is always my thing. So when I hear how the Afro music going now, I just smile because it's like, hey, I doing them thing a long time.
Yeah, I peace you in
there. Yeah, I peace me there, and it worldwide. So I just feel proud of that. Yeah.
You know, some others might, they might feel how they got harassed because they could have been,
Yeah, my concept is, where life is concerned, I don't really believe in death hunting. I believe when you die, something else there for you to do. Even if it's to return as somebody else or something in a different form or whatever. So your work never finish. So when I hear things similar to me.
So, you won Soca Star.
Yeah.
And after Soca Star, he came out with a big hit. And it went worldwide.
Yeah.
He ended up on the Billboards.
Yeah.
Something new to Trinidad and Tobagonians. As a former Trinidad artist. Something nobody never knew you was capable of.
Yeah.
And you did it. And I'm sure your respect changed. The level of respect.
Yeah, the level of respect.
Because if there was respect in you in school, that kind of way that you previously mentioned, what kind of level of respect you was getting when that happened?
I went places, like I remember I went south the line, and when I reached on the spot, the owner came out and said, by chance you're a fireball? I say, yeah. He said, whatever I want, I'll pay for it. Right? I get that all over the place. I went KFC and buy things to eat, and I spend 100. The manager give me back 520s. You know, I lime all over the place, and people just gifts. People just giving you to show their appreciation.
Yeah. That was after winning Soca Star.
That was after two of them. After winning Soca Star and after the #1 song worldwide.
And it was #1 on the Billboards.
Yeah, I think I reached #2.
#2.
A matter of fact, it have different
categories.
Yeah, it have different in Europe. In Europe I was #1.
In Europe.
Yeah. In France I was on the American dance charts. Not in France, in America. I was #2 on the dance charts behind Lady Gaga.
Behind Lady Gaga?
Yeah, Lady Gaga. That's the first time I hear Lady Gaga name. I was like, but who's this Gaga? What kind of Gaga name in front of me? I wanted to reach #1 bad in America because, you know, Trinidad respect for America different. So I wanted to achieve that because of our alliance, you know, because of our closeness. And I never get to reach #1 in America, but in France I was #1. Rihanna was #2 for some weeks behind me. I don't know if she eventually went to #1. I know she was #2 behind me for some weeks.
Yeah.
Jalna John was somewhere in the top 10 as well. That's some big names behind me while I was #1, so there were some scenes, yeah.
So you was basically rubbing shoulders with the biggest pop stars in the world?
Yeah, Rihanna followed me on Twitter. I didn't thought it was the real Rihanna. Yeah, and I after a couple of days, because I was so busy up and down, after a couple of days I decided to check it out to see if it was a fake. And when I checked it, she was like following, I can't remember how much people, but she was being followed by millions.
So it had to be real.
So I was like, you know what I mean? She probably unfollowed me after that.
Probably create a new account.
Or whatever, but yeah, she was following me at that time, you know, so it was good, it was nice. David Guetta called my publisher. And my publisher put David Guetta on speaker, and David Guetta was saying how lucky Bob Sinclair was to get me. Because David Guetta was saying, I'm going to be the #1 producer. I was supposed to be the #1 this year, but Bob Sinclair got fireball, so you got lucky. But next year, I'm going to deal with him. Right? You got fireball, you got a great artist there. So David Guetta, who was worldwide, a worldwide producer, had a lot of respect for me as well, you know. Yeah, so the song huge. I remember Branara came from India, and Branara called me and told me Sachin Tendulkar was singing my song. It was playing while he was over there, and Sachin Tendulkar was singing my song, and Branara said he felt proud. He said, he tell him, hey, I know that man personally, from Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, so that song reached places that I wasn't even told about. Yeah. You know, so. And in my heart, I still knew, for some reason, I ain't hit the jackpot yet. Up to now, I still know I ain't hit the jackpot yet. Which means bigger things are to come. Might not be from me. Might be from an artist I'm working with. Or might be from the stories what I tell you now. Could be from anything, but I just know.
You have some connection. You will have some connection in it.
Yeah, something I'll have a connection in. I just know it. And I know that wasn't the connection. But it was so overwhelming that had to be the biggest thing a musician could achieve. You know, so, but deep in my heart, I wasn't feeling it yet. So, and I guess that's probably the fire that just keep me going. Right. Knowing that you have more to accomplish.
But you also, even though Rihanna followed you on Twitter, and you know, you have other stories, you also had a conversation, well, it wasn't a conversation, it was short, with Kanye West.
With Kanye, yeah. I remember he say hi, you know.
How that happened?
There was a guy by the name of Rick. I'm trying to remember Rick title. Can't remember Rick title, but I think Rick was his first name. And this guy had one of the biggest studios in LA. Yeah, it's still one of the biggest studios in LA, sure. And he told me Kanye was gonna be wearing them big glasses soon. He said, man, we work with Kanye. Yeah. Kanye is the front man. We just have to listen to his ideas, and we kind of fine-tune it, agree on a perspective, and we run with it. You know, and that's what we want to do with you. And he was like, hey, speak of him, he's calling. And I like, Kanye on the phone with somebody who fly to Trinidad to talk to me. He's like, hello, yeah, I'm right here next to him, man. He's got an awesome smile. This guy is more handsome than we thought, man. Yeah. You want, yeah, hold on. Let's just say hi. Give me the phone. Yeah, hi, man, what's up? You're doing big things, bro. I like, hello.
You know what to
thanks.
say.
I didn't know what to say. I can't believe that happened to me. But I was starstruck. You know what I mean? I was starstruck because I have a lot of respect for Kanye. Yeah. I have a lot of respect for him. I think he's a musical genius, man. You know?
He's one of those, again, just different.
Yeah, he's just different. You see, he understands himself and he understands whatever he loves is worth loving. And when you understand that about yourself, you will do what you love your way. You wouldn't take time to guess and wonder if it will work. You will know because I love this. Other people will love it too. And that will kind of understand about yourself.
There's a different level of confidence there.
Yeah, and that's my confidence. Yeah. I heard music that I know it's highly possible that I inspired. You know, because after Rihanna followed me, I heard the song, so I felt like I inspired that a little bit, at least. Yeah. Because if you watch my music video, I was dressed as a kind of hip-hop artist. All in red, my little silver chain, my cap on. You know, it was a kind of hip-hop look. So hip-hop artists could look into that and get inspired. Yeah. You know, so when I hear that, I say, you're fire. You touch the world. You touch the world in a big way. And all of that is part of it, so I'm proud of that, you know. Even Will Smith's daughter have a song, I'm the fireball, I'm the fireball. And at the end of every verse, she going, And I like, what the hell, you have a song named Fireball.
And she's singing.
And at the end of it, you're doing, What the coincidence of that happening? Yeah. So, that song was popular. Yeah, and it has certain things charts can't show. Yeah. I remember being in Greece and that started to play. And the whole place mashed up. I remember being in a hotel in Italy. And the guy letting me know he's a big fan of Aaron, what's his name? The young Calypsonian artist. Aaron Duncan. Aaron don't vex with me. My head kind of hot, sir. Yeah, a guy letting me know he's a big fan of Aaron Duncan. When I tell him I'm from Trinidad.
In Italy.
In Italy, right? He was from what this country is, boy? That country is Panama. He was from Panama. Okay. But we was in Italy together. So it has some things charts can't show.
True.
But music you know what I mean? When music touching people, it touching people. So I know that was one of the things that was going on with my song as well. As much as it was on charts, it was touching places as well that, you know what I mean, the charts couldn't show.
Yeah, well, they say music is one language, you know?
Yeah, universal.
It speaks to each and everyone.
Yeah.
No matter what words you say.
Exactly.
What language you say it in.
Yeah, and that's why I don't study certain things. I study vibe. Right. While producers trying to get the diction perfect, I know when a Spanish crowd hear me, them in studying my English diction. Them studying the vibe.
True.
And that is one thing Trinidadian producers need to understand. Don't just focus on letting the artist get his words clear. Focus on letting the vibe be correct. It have songs Michael Jackson sing and I don't know what the hell he's saying. But you know what I mean? I don't know if he ended with an R or if he ended with an N. Baby, do you wanna be here? It's like, what you said it?
When the music good, you don't care about that.
You don't care. You know, so that is what it's all about, the vibe, the connection.
Now, I heard you mention about Afrobeats.
Yeah.
A while ago. I don't know if you heard, but Afrobeats replaced reggae on the Billboard genre. So basically, they let off reggae
and they put Afrobeats.
And they put in Afrobeats.
I find it should I keep the reggae still, but it's a sad thing. You know, it's a very sad thing for me. But we don't know what we have. And they never even make a genre for Calypso. And Calypso was the first to sell diamond. You know what I mean? To sell 10,000 copies. Before pop, before jazz, before anything. Calypso, really? Yeah. Right? So, even in the Afro music, I just hear plenty rap so. That Afro music is plenty rap so. It's very similar to rap so. So, while I'm happy that Afro doing so well and so forth, I still understand the power of reggae, I understand the power of Calypso, and we had to understand that power. And when we understand that power, I come back to the same thing I was saying about Kanye. When we understand that power, then we wouldn't have to guess and hope. We would know, hey, we put this out, let's go and score. Yeah. It have a song that was viral recently where they're showing couples dancing. I can't remember how it go by, but a guitar was playing in the back and it's raw Calypso music. And that thing worldwide. And you just see in different couples, as the song started to play, they're holding on to one another and dancing. Some dancing with the children and all. And this thing was worldwide. And I hear in raw Calypso. So we just had to understand music has evolved, but the basic foundation stay the same. And that is it. And once we continue doing good music, in no time, reggae will have its place again. Reggae will have its place again, Calypso can have its place again. I hear people talking about, no disrespect, but I hear people talking about new Calypso. And who trying to rename the thing. And that shows me you don't know your history. Because if you understand your history, you would understand we don't have that. No need to try to rebuild. We just have to work on that. It don't make sense you break down a whole house and try and build up a whole new one again. When you could just renovate the house you have and strengthen up little areas.
Paint it up, polish it.
Yeah, you understand? Yeah. That's all Calypso need. Calypso just need the right people to flow on the Calypso beat. And that is it. So you don't have to call it new Calypso for it to get respect.
I mean, if it is you did it.
Yeah.
Rupee, Kevin Little,
KMC, even Marshall back in the day.
Marshall, if they reached, I know you of course, reached where you guys reached, why people believe they can reach further?
Even Ataclan get something Ataclan did internationally as well. Something with the music vibe there. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah. So it's like, as we was not asking me, why people can't what? We was not asking. Yeah.
Further than where you guys reach.
I don't know what to say now. Trinidad have a kind of mentality, and it'll affect everything we do. It'll affect the sports. We are the best set of runners in the world. We as bad as Jamaica. But the support Jamaica does get. Different. But Jamaica know it. Even when it had a year when Darrell Brown pull up, and we still come second behind Jamaica, and we lose we fastest runner. And in that same time we come second, a man mishandle the baton. If he didn't mishandle it, Usain Bolt would have been in trouble. And that is without we fastest runner. That's how talented Trinidad is. But we don't see it until it happens.
I believe they just train athletes in Trinidad to be an athlete. They don't train here. They don't put out for the mental side of it. But when I was young, I always remember something. One of the greatest football coaches I ever trained under is a man from right in Kuvaya named John Lavo. And one of the, he used to always give us a little quotes and thing. And one of the quotes I always remember, he say, always try to go as far as your eyes could see. So if it is, you're seeing point B, when you reach point B, and you're seeing further again.
Thank you.
And I believe that is what we're lacking here.
That is what we're lacking. We on hype. We not on substance. And it goes straight across the board. That's a sad thing, because Trinidad is the most gifted place on it. Another gifted place is where Bruno Mars from?
Is Puerto Rico?
Nah.
Honduras?
I forget where he's from, boy.
Some one of them countries. Can't remember.
Yeah, where he from, real talented as well, boy. I get all now. I remember my music though, but again, all I forget a lot of time. But
when you watch Bruno Mars' story, similar to yours, you know? He started singing from
small,
very young, impersonating, I think, was Elvis Presley at a very, very young age.
Wow.
I think his father used to manage him. I stand to be corrected,
but
I think I remember watching a little documentary about him, and that's how it went. So, stars is stars.
Yeah.
You can't take that away.
You can't take that away, nah. And when you, as I say, when you understand what you have, that's the secret, you know. Because when you understand what you have, then you wouldn't be wasting time trying to fix it.
Believe in yourself.
You wouldn't be wasting time trying to fix it. You would cherish it and understand, hey, there is to go with. You know what I mean?
Work.
Yeah, after work. You know, the other day I watching when we had the some soca thing on BT.
Yeah.
And you know, all the artists and them is good artists, but you could have swear it was a dancehall session.
I heard about that.
Yeah, so
a lot of people was talking about that.
Yeah, and was good artists. You know, I respect all of them. I love all of them.
Yeah. Well, you know how the thing does go. Blacks.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace to
Rest
Blacks.
in peace, Blacks was very versatile, boy. Blacks very versatile. You hear how Blacks flow? In that song, some boy could lose a girl tonight. You hear how he flow in that? Smooth. Another man with the ability, Crazy. As an elder. Crazy could flow anyhow. Once you write a song for Crazy singing it. You could write it for Vibes Cartel if you want. Crazy will find a way to sing it. Yes.
I remember some years ago, I was in a studio, I believe it's up Aruka side. And these guys, they were doing their thing, and Blacks came in. They tell us Blacks come in. They did the Billa rhythm, and Blacks was on the rhythm. And they write the song for Blacks. And Blacks went in the booth, and he's like, yeah, oh, they want me to sing it there? They let him know, ting. And boop, one shot.
Was a professional.
Recording done. I think he stopped them once. Yeah. Let me don't lie. He stopped them about once. And he did never know anything about the song. I think he just heard the rhythm.
Yeah.
And
he bad,
one shot, two shot. That was it.
Yeah, he bad. Fellas.
I'll always used to give him a respect because he never used to pass me straight, no way. You know? I wasn't around him a lot to say that we supposed to be real good buddies.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to a couple of the rehearsals, Roy kept rehearsals in the band room. I met him in a couple of studios already, and anyway this guy see me,
Yeah, he humble.
he never passed me straight. I remember going on a DJ competition in Alchemy, I think was the name of the club.
Alchemy, boy. Yeah.
And we wasn't supposed to be in the competition, but we went up there to try to get in. And I see Blacks outside, and Blacks say, "What you doing here?" And I tell him, and he said, "Don't worry, you're inside, man. I can get you in. Get us in. Get we on the list in the competition. Buying drink sauce."
The man was good. He was loving, but he was a good fella.
And on top of that, yeah, real hits.
Yeah, well, Blacks
Always have a hit.
Always Blacks and Farm and Happy.
Hits makers, hit makers.
Them the trouble, boy. Them different. Well, Patrice Roberts, Jesus Christ.
Well, she's on another level now.
Patrice and Nadia Batson overdoing it. You know, they're overdoing it. The hits.
Yeah, we know Nadia Batson, she's in a different league.
Long time.
She responsible for penning a lot of songs.
A lot of songs.
It's only now she must be saying, I feel like taking this and I'm going to sing this.
Sing
yes?
this myself, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Now they are growing confidence over the years too, so.
Yeah.
That was nice to see.
And people need to understand and watch what really going on and see how talented, how much talent
The place have.
the place have. You know, and that should bring out the talent that it have out there and they shine.
Yeah.
Because we have plenty of young talented
Yeah, well gifted people. Yeah. A lot of the big artists afraid to lose the spot. Yeah, a lot of them afraid to lose the spot. I realize that. That is why she was like the Giselle Rising Star probably ain't doing well again in continue. Synergy Soca Star for sure. That is why that ain't continue.
But when you watch the other shows similar to that around the world,
it continuing.
It getting bigger and bigger.
Because around the world, they have real industries. That's the first thing. And there's space for everybody to do their thing. And even if Chris Brown doing well, that don't say Usher can have a hit too. And even if Justin Bieber have a hit, that don't mean Chris Brown can have a hit.
So in other words, it have space for everybody here.
Yeah.
But it's not being allowed.
It's not being allowed. In Trinidad here, we seem to think, or the big artists and them seem to think that if Urfanals have a big hit, Marshall mightn't be able to have a big hit. That is where they feel down here. Or if a young lyricist come out, Bungie might get packed up. Like that is how they feel because they're not allowing the young ones to come through. Which is why Trinidad getting to flourish so much. The youths seeing hope there.
Right.
A hope that they're not seeing.
So they're following.
They're following where they're seeing a light.
They go in there instead of the soca.
Instead of the soca. The light at the end of the soca looking dark because they ain't seeing a break there at all. Also, what I noticed and what have been brought to my attention by a wise brethren of mine, you're hardly seeing women. Young women hardly getting through. Look how long Jadel struggling to you know what I mean? Jadel finally started to do well, but you know, she go through plenty. And you have artists like Terry Lyons who struggle in years. And the whole country know Terry Lyons is a bad female artist, but somehow they don't get the play they're supposed to get. Yet you have, you know, the elder artists and them keep getting through. And it's not because of the music, because the music not going international.
Not going. For some reason, it's not going anywhere.
So can't be because your music better. So, what we go do? It is what it is.
What next for Fireball?
Well, these days I'm doing stories. You know, I want to take that very seriously because, you know, earlier on you asked me what else I used to be doing. And I probably used to be always doing that. I always talking in front of singing. Always telling somebody about something that happened before. Always giving and my son, he coming out just like me with that. But I always talking, always giving some scenario. So I'm giving stories my whole life. Lyman on the block. I was one of the men who talking the most when we lyman on the block, giving a story. So, recently, My wife, youngest son, say, Fire. These are some interesting stories, boy. Pay it out, they let people hear that side of you. Yeah. And I decided to take his advice. And he gave me the advice more than I hear now. And I met one of my best brethren named Philman, checked me.
Yeah, I know Philman.
Right. And Philman came with a guy. And the guy asked some interesting questions. And when I started speaking, the guy said, Fireball, you need to give stories. You need to give stories.
So you have plenty.
You have plenty, and it's showing me a different side of you. I never knew you was this kind of fella. And the world need to know that, so put it out there. And after he said that, and I remember what my wife's son said before, I said, well, nah, you can look for more confirmation than that. Yeah. So I started it, and, you know, it's going well so far, so you can expect a lot of that from Fireball besides food.
And music-wise?
Yeah. Music-wise, if a project is worth it, if I believe a project is worth it, I'll go through. You know, if not, I'm fed up. I'm not only time wasting thing. You know what I mean? I will always be putting out music, but I'll be doing it more. What is the word to use? I'll be more thoughtful about it. Let me put it that way.
You ain't doing any.
Yeah, I'm moving helter skelter again. I'll be more thoughtful with what I'm doing and do it a different kind of way. I kind of lost for words tonight. I don't know why I'm struggling to find words. But
they understand. Are you sure they understand?
Yeah.
It's Trinidad. And I'm sure worldwide they will very well know what you say.
Yeah.
Well, how to say thanks again for coming to Punching TV, you know?
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure, and thanks for the chips. You know, and then buy some chips for me there. I go eat a pack when you interview them.
Yeah. Probably next time I got my own brand of chips.
Yeah.
So when you come, you have a bowl there, you just have to...
Yeah, I eat it while I'm talking.
Better dip, you know? And, you know?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I must say thanks. You know, every time I call it, there's answer.
Yeah, man.
And you don't hesitate to come and get an interview.
Yeah.
So, all good things come to an end for now.
For now.
Because you know, as I always say, it's a real thing to talk about.
Yeah.
And so until next time, we out. But before I go, what I always say is we go born to love and we learn to hate. We out.
Respect. I agree 100%. Bless.